Hi guys, my name is Joshua. I am an expert in hybrid battery servicing and replacement. Now, today, as I usually take people to in my page or in other social media accounts, I give them knowledge and I give car hybrid owners knowledge of the hybrid battery. Especially today, I'm going to do a review of Toyota hybrid battery cells. Now, what you need to know is that hybrid batteries are not new into the Kenyan market or into the world. First of all, you need to know there is a first generation, second generation, third generation, and right now we have the fourth generation. Now, there have been upgrades of these cells. Now, what you need to know is that once you're upgrading the cells to newer models, they are more advanced than the previous cells. And I usually tell many people that Toyota, today I'm going to stick on the Toyota model. The Toyota had a grade one. They have not changed the kind of batteries that they use. Now, Toyotas had this kind of batteries. Okay? Toyotas have been using this kind of battery for a very long time, especially grade generation 1, generation 2, generation 3. You'll find they have this kind of hybrid batteries. And actually, the other thing which you're supposed to know, many people assume that this cell has what you call it's just one cell. It is usually has 6 cells individually. He combined the total one from a single module. Now, like you find this is a single one, 1.2 volts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the compromise of 1.2 volts, leading to 7.2 volts. Now, the second generation is also just like this one. Okay. The main problem or the main challenge that we usually have for the Toyotas is that it's overheating, especially if you don't do your hybrid battery servicing annually. Here in Kenya, you find we have dusty roads. We're in Africa, and if you don't go servicing hybrid battery, and also depending, also we have a very hot climate, which we live in the tropics. You need to be servicing your hybrid battery at least now and then. Another thing is that, remember, when for hybrid vehicle, I just remembered something. For hybrid vehicle, if you don't have, let's show you something. Yeah. You see this? This is called a battery management system. The battery management system is the one which gives, tells the inverter there at the front not to charge the battery again. But this one cannot be able to balance the cells. You see, these cells are usually placed in blocks. Block number 1, block number 2. Now, they're usually placed in series. Let me just show you. When they're placed like this, you can see this is negative and this is positive. Now, this is one block. Okay. Now, if you ever go to a workshop, you've been told you need to change one block. They're usually 2 cells, this and this. Now, what usually happens is that when the vehicle is charging the hybrid battery, what happens is that this block, now for a Toyota Fielder, for example, Axio, Vitz, let's say Noah has 14 blocks. Those are 28 cells. A Toyota Fielder has 10 blocks. Those are 20 cells. And Axio the same. So this battery management unit is able now to get the voltage of each and every cell, of each every block, that is. Because once it's connected in series, now it becomes one block. So you're able to get the block of these 2 cells. Okay. Remember the difference between a block and a cell. So after getting that difference, what you need to know is that since this battery management unit cannot balance the cells, what happens is that you need servicing of the hybrid battery at least annually. Why is the case? The case is like this. When this block gives information to the battery management unit and it tells it that it has reached a certain voltage which cannot continue charging, it will tell the inverter to stop charging. But now, the other block has not reached the capacity to stop charging. So you'll see this block, maybe it's 8.5, and this one is 8.0. So you'll find that this block is underused and this one is overused. Okay? That's why we tell you come for hybrid battery servicing, because hybrid battery servicing includes also balancing. Okay? And regenerating the cells. Now, that's another topic we'll discuss for another day, but I was just wanting to tell you one of the importance of doing hybrid battery servicing. Once you don't do that, you continue degrading your hybrid battery, and sooner or later, some of the cells will die prematurely, which is quite sometimes an expensive affair. Now, coming back to the topic of our day, about different cells, the hybrid battery over the years. Let me just show you. These are the normal cells that people are used to seeing. Okay? Now, you don't know if you see the difference here. You see the difference? You see how it looks like? Now, the third generation tends to look like this. See the difference? Okay? See the difference? The new models? These are newer models. Third generation, actually. Look at here. Do you mean that these are bad? No. Are these one better? No. Actually, between these and these, I don't see the difference. And fourth generation looks like this. Okay? Can you see the difference? Okay? That's now, this is first generation. This is the first generation. This one. First generation, third generation, even we have fourth generation cells which look like this, but they are very few. It does not mean this cell is bad, but it's the original model. Now, the one which is more newer, it looks like this. Okay? You can see the difference. Now, let's go to the fourth generation. These are newer ones, especially they come from China, and they're very good. And I'll explain the difference and why they're better. Because it's 7.2, 6.5 amperes. Okay? Let me explain now. Let's come to why I'll prefer using, why I don't see the difference between these two cells, because the mode of operation is still the same. Okay? Now I'm going to go about the cooling processing of the hybrid battery. The hybrid battery has a cooling fan. And one of the reasons I tell people come for servicing is that if the cooling fan stops working, when it stops working, what will happen is that the hybrid battery will, of course, there will be a check engine. But if it doesn't work efficiently and there is dirt inside the hybrid battery, you'll see these two vents. Let me just use a second generation model, just for better illustration. Okay. You see these two cells. They're placed like this. They usually placed like this in the hybrid battery, so they're down. In here, cells are going to be placed like one. Let me just show you an example. This one and this one. Remember, I'm just using different models. Okay, how they like this. Higher. I want you guys to see this. Air will usually, now they usually placed upwards like this. I'll just show you like this. I'm just showing you for the purpose of illustration. Now they're going to be placed like this. Now this is the upper part. Now this is a very good illustration. Air goes inside it, and at the bottom here, air is blocked. So what happens? Air has to penetrate through these vents. Okay, these vents. So the cooling effect can take place. Okay. Now that's for the third generation and fourth generation cells. Now let me explain. Now as you're seeing now, this one is the same effect. Third, third generation. Now the newer ones are quite different. As I was showing you, look at these cells. You see them when they're placed together. These spokes, as you can see them here, these spokes are the ones supposed to create space between one cell and the next. You see here. Okay. See, I don't know if you can see there's a space in between here. There's a space here. Okay, this space. Now air is supposed to penetrate from here, and the cooling effect takes place. Now, for the newer cells, as I explained, you could see even at the bottom, it's blocked. No, for the old cells now, generation 1, 2, 3, it's blocked. For the newer cells, look at them, how they look like. You can see, it's not blocked. Actually, the cells which I was telling you, you can see them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you can see them clearly. Can you see them? Okay, yeah. You can see even the gap. So that's how they look. These ones, the older ones, you can't see. Okay, it's blocked. Now, what is the difference? Why will I choose this one, this and this new one, and not prefer this? I'll prefer this because now the cooling effect will take even closer to the 1.2 volt cell, which is inside one. Why? Because when the air is able to penetrate there is more cooling effect. And you see, when they're placed together, just show you. When they're placed together, see, air there's no gap inside there, but there's a lot of space for ventilation. You can see even at the bottom. Now see the air enters here, at both of the cells, and the air penetrates now from here. You see, this one gives a longer lifespan to the hybrid battery, but at the same time, there's a pros and cons. If this cell gets into water, I don't think it will survive like this one. Okay, but obviously we don't anticipate getting into water. Those are very rare case scenarios. But if you get into water, most of the time, we already know which cell will survive. But for longevity, we already know which one will survive for longevity. Anyway, guys, thank you, guys. I'm Joshua. I work at Autoclick Accessories. We deal with hybrid battery replacement, hybrid battery cells. And in case you're in Nairobi, Kenya, or in East Africa and you want to get in touch with us, our number is there. You can just call us and you can reach us or inbox us and we'll be able to help you. We do the hybrid battery replacement, Hondas, Toyotas, Nissan, and even VWs. We also deal with the ABS brake booster for hybrid vehicles. We also deal with hybrid battery gearbox transmission. That's especially for the Vezel, which have those problems, and also gearbox replacement if you have any queries for that one. And we also do general servicing for the engine for the hybrid vehicles. Thank you, guys, and hope to see you very soon at Autoclick Accessories.